Greetings and welcome to this week's magical message. I pray that you all have been having an amazing week so far. And as we move into the middle portion of our week, I hope that you all are really ready for some changes, some maybe change in scenery, some things just shifting for us, especially around things that we've really been kind of waiting for. Is kind of has almost like the chariot kind of feeling, but these are things that you may not have necessarily even been always completely sure were really going to happen. But there are things, goals, desires, things that you've worked really hard for that are going to be coming into fruition this week. And your life will shift in the direction that allows for these things to take place. So I think this is a really beautiful week. We start off with the Three of Knives as our overview. And this energy offers two very distinct differences, even though the card is a little, it can look a little depressing. The energies don't necessarily have to be depressing. It can be a lot about healing, So this week you may have some healing, some reconciliation, some things coming together for you that allow you to make some decisions, that allow you to maybe see your options. If you're feeling kind of stuck, if you weren't seeing how many things were available to you, you may be seeing those things during this week. There may also be someone in your life that comes to you. Maybe they're feeling remorseful, and they want to apologize. I feel like this week there's a lot that's going to be revealed. I feel like part of that is going to cause you to bring in this Ten of Baskets energy, which is really interesting. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But this attraction of people, especially people who you were close to, who had some kind of close relationship where at the same time they decided to do something that caused you harm in one way or another. Or someone who just owes a debt for whatever that reason is, and they weren't in integrity. You're looking at this man on the Three of Knives card that's sitting underneath the tree. And so there is a karmic energy as well with this week. So I think that plays a part in why it really seems like it's really black and white this week, even with this energy of options and choices. There's a clarity even in having these options and these choices available to us. So as we move into the beginning of the week, we have the Ten of Baskets, and this energy really brings in and brings together people who are family, friends, close friends, but it also attracts people, right? So you may have experiences where you are, you could be meeting people. These could be new people, but maybe new people who feel connected to you for some reason. They feel there's an attraction there for whatever the reason. But this could also be family, just family coming together, family celebrating, family being successful and experiencing that expansion within your relationships, those close relationships that you would consider friends or, close friends or family, people that are within your circle. Okay. But there may also be questions or the confirmation of a manifestation of stability within this unit, this collective. There may be, I'm also feeling like there could also be messages, there could be information that comes in about your stability, about the foundation that this family or this group, this collective is standing on. There's also almost like, especially if you find that you are attracting a lot of attention or just people being in your energy this week, in the beginning of the week, I should say, there's also this energy of these things being connected, right? So there's something being given and exchanged in this. And it makes sense. This is baskets. This is the relationships. So we're looking at the things that are connecting, those energies that are connecting. And anytime there's a connection, there is that give and that take. And so kind of looking at what those connections are this week, paying attention to who it is that's in your circle as well. And being aware of whether or not those things are in alignment with you. Okay, so you'll also be able to see, and you may begin to have some inklings, some feelings, or just some things come up around people that are in your energy that may not need to be in your energy, right? Because this is also a clearing and a healing, a dissolving of negative energies and things things that are being weighed on us, right? So as we move into the middle of the week, we have the Ancestors card. Now this energy, this card is actually the death card. Now this is not necessarily saying that this is a literal physical death, but it is saying that change, that huge total life transforming change, that energy is present in the middle of our week. So with what it is that we see, what we feel, what we experience during the Ten of Baskets energy, along with what we've learned along the way, because we've been preparing for all of these energies, right? We've been waiting, we've put in the work for all of these energies that we've been wanting to manifest to come forward. And in that, we've had to go through the process of clearing, of seeing who was in our corner and who wasn't, of having patience, of being willing to listen, being willing to change course unexpectedly. We've had to move and navigate in whatever ways were required to get to this point, right? So in that, what is that karma at the end of the day? Have you put in the real work, right? Or did you try and cheat? Did you try and lie? Were you trying to sabotage? Were you trying to cause harm, right? Were you deciding in whatever way to be on the more shadowed aspects of this Three of Knives energy, right? Which is doom and gloom kind of energies, right? So if you were in that, then you kind of know what this energy is. And so we have this really active energy with the middle of the week. And it may even seem, it doesn't necessarily feel like it's something that you are necessarily physically doing that's causing all of the change. But it's like a sweeping energy of things happening around you that happen maybe to you directly, but also like, and when I say directly, I mean like in a way where you feel the full impact of that entire change taking place, versus maybe you walk into a situation or something happens unexpectedly that creates this change, right? I feel like it's going to be a lot of things that maybe you kind of walk into that may be a little unexpected, something, and it doesn't necessarily feel like these are negative things. These are things that, again, that have been worked for, shifts and changes that have been needed. And so at the same time, during this time, making sure that you're checking in and you're tuning in with your ancestors, making sure that you're staying grounded and you're doing that work to really navigate this place. And again, not because it's going to be something negative, but because you're also making decisions, right? With this change, you're also making decisions. And anytime you make those kind of life-altering decisions, you want to also decide who it is that you are going to kind of use as your backboard to kind of weigh these options, right? To help you to navigate and say, okay, this is what's going to be the best option for me. And this may not necessarily be a physical person. So when we're talking about the ancestors, we're talking about an energy that has the ability to see beyond some of the things that can cloud our judgment here, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have ancestors that have clouded judgment, right? They're still who they are. But at the same time, they have the ability some of them have the ability to see exactly how it is that you need to move. And so making sure that you're taking time to really honor your ancestors, making sure that you're taking time to sit with them and listen. And I feel like in your willingness to do that, it'll be very smooth. I feel like your willingness to do that will allow for those energies to flow very easily. Okay. And then we move into the Daughter of Nines energy. And this energy is actually it talks about really swift messages, really things coming very quickly. She has the ability to connect with so much, which is interesting because we talked about the 10 of baskets in the beginning of the week with all of these connections. So it's almost like you've gone through a shift or a change. You've refined your ability and the strength and your connection around connecting with others, connecting with outside forces, right? And so there is a certain shift and a change that's going to happen on a physical level, because now your physical has to match that vibration of having mastered these things. But the daughter and I've talked about these swift messages coming in. So expect some nudes, expect some confirmation of the changes that have taken place. And I feel, once again, that these are positive things, but it will definitely, you'll be the better judge of that, because, you know how it is that you've stood integrity wise, where you are on the spectrum, especially by the time we get towards the end of the week. Now, with the Daughter of Knives, there were two cards that fell out when I pulled for that card, and the energy really, it felt like these things are being washed away. Okay, so towards the end of the week, you can expect there to be an energy of having had things revealed to you. Okay, this Three of Knives also, again, it feels as though there are things that are being uncovered. There are things that are being revealed. There are things that were once hidden that now the light is shining on them. Okay, and so with this understanding, with this clarity that you now have, you are going to have energies and physical representations of those energies and people, your experiences, your environment, begin to be released if it is something that is standing or moving against you, right? If it is something that does not resonate with your love, your peace, your care, your integrity, and at the same time, I feel like these are things that you're going to be expecting. I think that there are going to be some aspects of them that you may have, you're not expecting. But I do feel like these are things that you know that these things have not been in order. You know that these people have not been in integrity. These are not, I don't feel like there's a whole bunch of new random people coming out, but I do feel like it is confirmation. And with that confirmation comes clarity. And so there will be some things that you may not have known about those particular people, those particular experiences, those particular energies, that you'll have that greater clarity and that needed clarity in. And so then what is left is this new energy coming in that brings wealth, that brings stability, that brings, it could be also gifts from the ancestral realm. So this could be, what is the word? Inheritance. It could be inheritance. It could be, or just money gifts that you kind of walk into and consider it gifts from the universe or gifts from your ancestral team. Having a lot of things of value, a lot of resources coming to you, being attracted to you. And so you'll have those messages and that manifestation of those things coming in. And I feel like once again, there will be decisions being made. You'll be doing some planning as well. I feel like there'll be some things that you're going to want to begin to put in order, because there's going to be some new sights, some new clarity and vision, having a wider spectrum of view in terms of what it is that you are doing, your options, your choices, and then you're standing in a different place as well. Once again, because this is a lot of these cards that came up are talking about the physical, it's talking about the nines. And so you're talking about a lot of things happening on the physical level. And that's the kind of energy that you want when you've been putting in the work to manifest something. You want things to come forward on a physical level. And sometimes we don't expect exactly how they're going to happen. So be open to some of the interesting ways in which the universe has weaved together this beautiful manifestation of what we've been working so hard for. Okay. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading. I hope that you all have really received something that helps you to navigate this week with excellence and with joy and with peace, and security, trusting yourself, having faith, knowing that you have put in the work and that you're going to receive what it is that you've put in. And now it's a time to learn how to flow as we almost like turbulence, right? Like if you were on a plane and you know what kind of things you do when you are experiencing that turbulence. It may not be really bad, but maybe you want to chew some gum. Maybe you want to maybe you have some kind of anxiety around shifts and changes, and coming into this new place, or this or moving from one place to another place. You may want to do some things that allow you to relax, right? In the healthiest ways, obviously, in the ways that are going to allow you to still be very clear and and open to receiving the messages from your ancestors. But trust that you've worked for this moment, right? So as we land this plane full of manifestations that we've been working for, we've been working to get to this place, allow those things to come with gratitude, allow those things to come with surrenderance, and allow for the universe to work for you in your favor, trusting that the light is shining on you. Okay, so whether you feel like you did everything perfectly or not, trust in yourself. Okay. So with that, again, I know I added a little extra message in there. I'm going to go ahead and close out. If you like this video and you want to continue to get them every week and listen to them every week, make sure that you like and subscribe. If you want to leave your own feelings, your own thoughts or experiences with this week, definitely leave a comment. If it's something more personal, you want to reach out to me directly, or you want to book a reading, my email and my phone number is down below in the description. So definitely check that out, and we will talk again next week. Bye.